Hi, in this video I'll be showing you this. It's the Bosch SGS2ITW08G Freestanding Dishwasher. And what I want to do today is to show you around the dishwasher some of the features and benefits that it offers. Just before we start, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just give us a quick thumbs up. What I do is I talk about household appliances like these. It's also called as vacuum cleaners, and I normally get a bit of tech in there as well. So just give us a quick subscribe, then we'll make a start. This is part of Bosch's Series 2 range, as it shows on the front here. Now, just because it is at the start end of the range doesn't mean it's not any good. There's quite a lot to talk about, there's quite a lot of features and benefits on here. But just to note that this is the SGS2ITW08. There is also a sister model, which to be honest has just been discontinued, which is the SMS2ITW08. The only difference, apparently, is the SMS model has the Home Connect facility. Now, Home Connect for Bosch has been something that they've been shouting about for quite a few years now. Something that they're quite proud of. They're trying to promote it, how good it is, all the features and benefits, where you've got things like where you can start the machine up from your phone or tablet. You've got diagnostics, things like that. But at the moment, Bosch have decided to take it off a lot of these appliances. Apparently it's because of the chip shortage. There is quite a shortage of certain chips, and the Home Connect chip is one of those. So at the moment, for this year's range, including this model, unfortunately they have taken it out, which is a shame because I think it's a really good feature. When it comes to opening the door, it's nice and easy. Just pop your hand in. I'm really pleased to see again that Bosch have put a nice easy grip handle to open the door, so even if you do suffer with your hands, then that shouldn't be a stumbling block for you. First of all, you'll notice at the top here, you have got a large tray. All of these are light grey, and what that means in a Bosch or Siemens appliance, that these are all static, so you can't fold any of these down. Some of the other models, as you go up to some of the Series 4 or Series 6 models, then you do have the option to fold some of these down, which can be a benefit. Eagle-eyed viewers will have seen this cheeky little device. This is something called a large-item-spray-head. And the idea of this is that you take this basket out. I'll actually show you this. So first of all, to take the basket out, it's dead easy. You've got two advantages. So what you can do is you can take this out and you can pop this on the back here. So let's just show you this. So if I just pop that down there, and what you can do is you can put this normally into the middle one there, and hopefully you can see that. So that's the large item spray head attached at the back. And what that will do is, if you've got things like big grill racks, or if you've got really big pans that don't normally fit in the dishwasher, when they take the top basket out, then that's the idea, that you put the large item spray head on the back there, and then that enables you to clean the really large items. Clearly that's why it's called the large item spray head. But that's something that's really good. But when it comes to the top basket, you have got different locating wheels, but you've got two different locations that you can actually put the basket. Now, if you wanted to put it on there, then that's the lower section. But I suppose for most people, you want to have it a little bit higher. So all you need to do is just locate it on there like that, and just make sure it's in position. What you will find is most of the time when you need to do this, you've got things in there. So I suppose it is something to bear in mind that if you're trying to do that, what I've just done, when it's full, then it can be quite heavy. But nevertheless, it's really good that Bosch have put the feature on there. If you think that might be a little bit too awkward, and if you want to make life a little bit easier, again, look at one of the models a bit higher up, because you'll find they use something called Rackmatic. It is something I have talked about in quite a few of the other videos I've done. And what that basically does is you've got two like flappy paddles on the side here. You just press the paddle in, and then you can raise or lower the basket. To be fair, it's quite a lot easier than this system. As we go to the bottom basket, again, you have got the light grey tongs on here, or tines as some people call them. But what you've got is at the back here, you've actually got some dark ones. And so it's a dark grey colour, and what these basically mean is that you can fold these down. So again, just press those in, and the advantage of that is it just gives you a nice flat area. So if you have got, say, a big saucepan or a wok or something you want to put in here, then that's a really good feature. The cutlery basket is pretty standard. when it comes to loading all your cutlery in here. I know there are different ways of doing it. The official way you should do it, and what Bosch will do is they'll recommend that you have it like that, and you put all your knives and forks in here individually, because clearly the washing performance should be better by spreading everything out, and that is correct. I know at home we've not got this model, but it's a similar model with a similar style of cutlery basket, and I'll be honest, we don't use that. We just tend to take those back and chuck everything in here. The main advantage is it's just a lot easier to get everything out. If you've got things like cutlery where it's slightly wider, and if it's a little bit difficult to get out, that can just be a little bit frustrating. As I mentioned, this is the Series 2 model in the range, which means that first of all, it's a 12-place sitting dishwasher, and also this comes with the Polynox or plastic interior. If you are after something that's like the full stainless steel interior to match up with the sides here, then you do need to go up a little bit, normally into the Series 4 range. But when it comes to cleaning and maintaining the dishwasher, it's dead easy. All you need to do is, if you want to take the spray arm out, then just pull that out, as I just showed there. Also the filter, so you've got the filter at the front. That's really easy to take out. Just dripping a bit here, because clearly all of these machines are tested in the factory before they leave. And what I recommend, probably, I don't know, it really depends how often you use it. I suppose once every couple of weeks or once a month, just take the filter out, give it a good clean, give it a good rinse under warm water. Just make sure there's no food residue at the bottom here, because what you can find is it can have quite an impact on the performance of the dishwasher. And then when you finish, just locate it at the bottom, make sure the two little arrows, I know you probably can't see that, but there's the two little arrows at the bottom here that you need to just put together, and then that's locked into place. You've just got the salt on the left hand side here. Just make sure that that is proper dishwasher salt that you're using. You don't want to use table salt. There are specific dishwasher salts that you need to use for dishwashers. At the front here, this is where you put either the gel pouch or the dishwasher tablet. People have different preferences. I'd always recommend trying to use good quality either gel pouches or tablets, and also things like the rinse aid. Rinse aid is essential in dishwashers, as well as things like the dishwasher salt at the back there. I know a lot of people, well, first of all, rinse aid is used mainly towards the end of the program, and what it will do is it stops you getting things like streaky lines on glasses when it goes through the drying process. But again, I'd always recommend trying to use a decent brand. I suppose there are a couple of brands that tend to stand out, especially in the UK, in the dishwasher industry. I have tried some of the cheaper brands, and sometimes they are okay. I know that the cost for some people is important, but if you want a very good performance, then I'd always recommend paying a little bit more. Also, there is quite a debate about whether you have to use the rinse aid and the salt, because a lot of people are tending to go for the 3-in-1 or 4-in-1 tablets. Personally, I'd always recommend still using the rinse aid and the salt. What I'd normally do is to perhaps go for one of the more basic tablets, but still use a good quality rinse aid and salt. That way you're not overpaying for some of the 3 or 4-in-1 tablets. But what will happen is, partway through the wash, you will hear a click, and that's where the little door opens. So when you first put the tablet in, you shut the door like that, and then partway through it will open up like that, and the tablet actually drops into the front of the top basket. It will drop into there, and I must say, this is a feature that Bosch, well, Neff and Siemens, because it's all the same company, but on all of their dishwashers they have this kind of design at the top, and the main advantage is the tablet, when it drops into there, it will dissolve for every wash. On some of the other manufacturers' dishwashers, on some of the old dishwashers, what used to happen is that the tablet will drop into just somewhere random at the bottom, and what you'll find is that if it, say for example, dropped into a cup or a bowl, then it might not dissolve properly, which is always really frustrating, because at the end of the wash it hasn't washed everything properly. Now, showing the inside of the dishwasher, I'll go through some of the programs on the outside. So first of all, to turn the dishwasher on, you just got the nice big button on the left hand side here. What I do really like about this one is that it's quite nice and clean on the front. So you've got 4 programs listed on the left hand side here. First of all is the Eco, then you've got Auto, Intensive and Express. Now the only comment on this dishwasher is, first of all, you have a look in the middle and the illusion is that it's a time remaining indicator in the middle there. Now this model doesn't have it. I must say I'm quite disappointed with that. It's something I'm normally quite a fan of, because as I'll show you in a moment, the times on these programs vary quite a lot, and without knowing the exact time and the time remaining, then it can be a little bit frustrating. So, you know, although we're trying to promote these dishwashers, it's something that we do tend to get behind because we are selling quite a few of these. I try and point out the as well as the positives, I do point out some of the negatives as well, just so that the customer is very informed as to what they're buying. So first of all, the program that we're on at the moment, the Eco 50, as it shows, this will wash at 50 degrees, and the whole idea of Eco is that it's more economical. Doesn't necessarily mean it's quicker, and on this program itself it's around 4.5 hours, so it's quite a long program. This is a really good one. If you put your dishwasher on, if you're going out or if you're doing it overnight, then that's a really good program to use, because on that one, on the Eco 50, it only uses 10.5 litres of water, so it is quite an energy efficient program, and it's normally around 0.9 kilowatt hours of energy. As you go to the next program, so you press the button here and it will just toggle between the 4 programs. So the Auto 45 to 65 degree program, this is one that, to be fair, it is on a lot of the Bosch dishwashers, but this is a program that normally goes down quite well. What it would do is, at the very start of the program, it will send a certain amount of water through, and depending on how dirty the water is, then the dishwasher itself will detect what temperature to use between 45 and 65 degrees. You don't know the temperature it's washing at, and I suppose, to be fair, it's quite irrelevant, but what it's doing is it's picking a temperature that is suitable for how dirty everything is in the dishwasher. And just to give you an idea, so on the Auto program, as far as the duration, it's normally between 1 3/4 hours and 2 3/4 hours, so it will tend to vary quite a bit. Energy consumption is anywhere between 0.85 kilowatt hours and 1.35 kilowatt hours, and things like the water consumption can vary between 9.5 and 15.5 litres. So again, it does vary quite a bit, and I suppose if you are very energy conscious, then I'll probably lean towards that program, despite it taking a lot longer. The next program to look at is the Intensive 70 degrees. So with this one, this is a really good program. If you've done Sunday roast or something where it's everything's quite greasy in there, there's quite stubborn stains on everything, then that's really the one to pick. As far as the duration of the program, you're normally looking around 2 hours 10 to 2 hours 15. So I suppose it's in between some of the programs we've looked at. As far as the energy consumption, you're looking around 1.3 kilowatt hours, and water consumption can vary between 11 and 13.5 litres. So again, that's a really good one if you've done your Sunday roast and you need something a bit more substantial. As you go to the other end of the scale, the Express 65 degrees, this is just an hour program, so it's just a really quick program compared to some of the others anyway. And what you'll find is that it's around 1.1 kilowatt hours of energy, so that's not too bad, and around 10 litres of water. I always try and mention to people about the water consumption on the dishwasher. Even if you're not on a water meter, clearly what you're doing is you've still got to heat the water up, so you're going to be using excess electricity. So I'd always recommend trying to look at the water consumption on the dishwasher and on the individual programs before you start using it, because that can have quite an effect on the running cost of it. So on here, what it will display on this little display is first of all the salt and the rinse aid, because this is a brand new machine, so I've not put those in. You have got a little progress indicator under here, so it does show you when it's washing, rinsing and then drying, so you've got a little bit of indication as to what's going on inside. You have also got the time delay facility. Now this is something that you've got a 3, 6, 9 hour time delay. So if you've got things like cheap electricity during the night where you've got economy 7, then that could be something good to use. The next button isn't actually a button, doesn't do anything. because what they tend to do is they tend to use this display and control panel for several different models. The next one on here is called the extra dry. Now this can add a bit of time to the program, but what this will do is this really enables you to get things very dry. So if you use things like plastic cups or plastic plates, if you've got kids, then that could be one to use, because some plastic items can struggle to get dry properly. So that's quite a good feature. This one, the half load option, is only available on certain programs. I suppose for the Express program you wouldn't normally use it, but as you go to some of the other programs, then you've got that facility. And what that will do is, if you've only got a small load to put in, then it just cuts down the time of the program, and it just stops you having to wait for the whole dishwasher to be full. The last program on here is called Machine Care. Now this is really something that's designed to, well, as it says, to keep the machine clean. It's the program that it takes just over 2 hours to do the full program. Use around 1.45 kilowatt hours of energy, and it's around 15 litres of water, so it's not too bad. But the idea of this is that you don't put anything in it, so don't put any cutlery, plates or dishes or anything in there. It's sort of a program I'd probably recommend doing perhaps say once a month or once every couple of months. And what you can find over the time, if you keep using this program, then it can keep the machine clean inside. And I've talked quite a bit about the energy consumption of the dishwasher and some of the literage and kilowatt hours that it's used per program, but just thought I'd show you the energy label on here. As you can see at the top here, it is an E energy rating. If you're comparing it to other models in this price, then that's not too bad. There are quite a few differences now because this energy labeling system came in March 2021. And what it is basically everything got downgraded. So a lot of these appliances would have been well up here into the A's and above. But what you find is that because everything has changed, the whole energy labeling system has changed, then a lot of appliances have moved down a grade. What they're trying to do is the government's trying to encourage manufacturers to make more energy efficient appliances, which I'm sure over the next couple of years will work. But at the bottom here, it's just showing some other figures, so proving that it's 12 play setting. From the testing program, which will be the Eco 50, then it's just showing that the duration of the program is 4.5 hours. It's 10.5 litres of water. And the noise level, showing it to around 50 decibels. I just thought I'd show you around the back of the dishwasher. First of all, you've got the electrical connection just at the bottom left here. The waste is in the middle, and then you've got the water connection. I know you probably can't see it, perhaps because I'm in the way of seeing it. But you've got the water connection just at the bottom right here. You do get a new hose. That's something I'd always try and recommend. Try and put the new hose on there. If you're going to try and use an existing hose, especially if you use an extended hose, then at least take the washers out of here and put those into the other hose, just so you've got nice fresh washers for when you're using the appliance. If you're thinking of buying one of these dishwashers, I have provided a link below to show you where to get one at a competitive price. I hope you enjoyed this quick video on the Bosch SGS2ITW08 dishwasher. Bit of a mouthful, that model number. Takes a bit of remembering when I'm doing this video. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have got any questions on it, because I'm sure there might be things that I've not covered, or there might be something that you're not sure about, then just pop it in the comments. All I'd normally say is please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just give us a quick thumbs up, click subscribe. And if you have got any questions on it, as I mentioned, then again, just pop it in the comments. Also, if you have got one of these, or if you have got a Bosch dishwasher, I need to put my teeth back in today. So if you have got one of these dishwashers, then let me know what you think about it, because I'd always appreciate the feedback. Anyway, thanks for watching.